So focus your mind to this bell sound and keep relax your body. And while you focus into the sound, let your body to settle down itself. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, before we go into our session, so I will give some guidelines that will help for you to practice yourself. So, in the beginning, we bring our mind to one pointness. We try to calm down our mind and develop the tranquility state of our mind. So, when it comes to tranquility meditation, you have to have the effort inside you to stay in one point. And so for that we give a mental object. So your primary mental object become your inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So when you start to calm down your mind, try to keep anchoring your thoughts towards the inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, you may experience your mind start to go here and there. But still remember, keep the effort knowingly that you practicing this for you. So in the beginning, when the inhalation happen, recognize it as inhalation. When the exhalation happen, recognize it as exhalation. And again and again, keep doing this. So don't try to do anything else. So when the mind becomes settled down with the inhalation, exhalation, bring little bit more effort to recognize the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. And knowingly observe this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the inhalation. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the exhalation. And when you keep observe that way, and again the mind become more comfortable and settle down with it, and bring little bit more effort to recognize the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation. And sometimes some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, so like that. Each and every inhalation, exhalation has its own different way. So when you observe this, very first thing that you have to remember, without any arguments, without making any comments, without interfering with that nature, learn to accept it. This acceptance and receiving and becoming open to the very nature of inhalation, exhalation, release you from the inner comparison. Because inside ourselves, we always compare to our own experience. That create our self-centered desire or the mind. So the very first thing that we have to do in the beginning, we have to detach from that nature and bring our mind to become free from this becoming current. So that is why we get into the tranquility state. When you are able to get into tranquility state, what is happening? Your perception become very clear. So your perception means now you follow the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. So in the very first level, when the perceptions become very clear, you start to see things as it is. You start to hear, smell, taste, or feel, or even thoughts come. You recognize it as it is without interfering with it or without having any kind of adding any comments or without having any kind of proliferation or arguments regarding it. You're going to accept it as it is. So that is a very conventional level of experience, but it is just not the ordinary conventional level, because your mind get into tranquility state to experience that, which we call samadhi. In the uh, in that samadhi, in that serenity, in that conventional of settle down, it will help us to have a good foundation to go to vipassana level. So then again and again, make sure yourself to keep that foundation solid. And in the beginning, even though you have effort to do this as something as practice, so deeply when it go to vipassana level, this doing part you have to release. You are not involving with even putting too much attention. So you know what you're doing, but you release from doing part. You are not involving with even consciously. You completely start to observe. That observation become very clear, and moment by moment, it's going to take you itself to the deeper level of experience. That experience is the important thing. So getting to this moment is the important thing yourself. So then always remember, from tranquility state, when you go to slowly to vipassana level, just be very clear with the sensation and stay there and knowingly how it's changed itself. So recognizing this change is the important part. So you have to remember, without visualizing or without doing yourself or without interfering, you're not going to make it happen. You completely allow it to happen, and you experience the change. So when you experience the change itself, you recognizing the feelings change according to that change. When the inhalation happens, your feelings change, and according to the exhalation, your feelings change. So recognize that change, that just noticing change not enough. So here mostly remember, noticing, just getting a mental note and deeply observe what is changed to different thing. In the surface level, it is okay to get a mental note, just knowing it. So as example, just so you recognize this as a pen. So it is a mental note, you get it. But the observing and the understanding this mechanism, going to the depth of this is something else. So in the vipassana level, you're not going to just recognize the change. That means to notice the change. You go into the depth of the change and experience what is this. That is where the wisdom arises. So that is a kind of 100% involvement of your awareness. So for that, in the beginning, you have to remember where you have to involve, where you have to put your attention. So then when you, in the beginning, you notice the change, because without noticing change, you cannot that put your awareness. So in the beginning, you notice the change, and then later, remember to get into the change and to experience it to the, the highest level. And then with little by little, that experience will take you, when the sensation, that the feelings change, according to that sensation also change. And according to that, the your mental formations or the understanding change, and according to that recognition change. So like that, moment by moment, moment by moment, in deeper in this change, it is a completely event, that a whole bunch of change happening. So that experience when is the important thing in the vipassana level. So but in the beginning, just start to recognize the surface level of change, and from there, little by little, and you allow it to happen. So sometimes in day-to-day life, sometimes you may experience like this. You just sit and maybe you reading a book, or maybe you watching a TV, or maybe you lying down on the bed, and so you have some free time, and everything you have done, maybe you cook and everything now done for the day, and you clean and done for the day. So you have some extra free time now, and you sitting or lying down, and then suddenly this idea come to practice, just to sit and observe the meditation. It is even not sitting properly back straight, or not like that. Just you lying down, maybe you have idea to observe the inhalation exhalation, and then you like just keep observing. You don't do anything, and while you observing that, suddenly you feel, no, I have to sit properly. So then you come to the posture, and you observe, you know, and then little by little, you yourself from inside you, there is a call coming, and tell, no, I have to do it properly like this way, not on the bed. I have to sit on the chair, or maybe on the floor, on in a cushion. So like that, inside the call come, and according to that you do. There is no any pressure. So that is a kind of moment that you go to the depth. But to have that kind of moment, this kind of practice important. So that's why every day you come and practice this every day. When you keep this continuity, and suddenly there is a moment come for you, there is a call come, without any effort, intention inside, naturally it's come to you. So that is the moment that you going to experience this all. But this information is important, and keep practicing this way, and every day is important. It seems like what you keep doing, and suddenly it's going to come to you. As example, if you smoke, or if you drink something, alcohol, or if you do whatever the favorite, even playing card or something, just imagine whatever you every day keep doing. And how about you climb and you practice meditation? So just imagine you climb to a top of mountain, and then you feel more calm and relaxed and comfortable that environment. You feel so happy. Suddenly what will happen? What you practice going to come. So if you use to practice meditation, if you see any calm environment, suddenly you go to that place and you practice meditation. So this is in the cold come. And sometimes if you smoke, then what will happen? You don't think about the meditation. Just you think, oh, this is a good place to smoke. If you drink, then you think, oh, this is a good place to drink. And maybe if you play card and the things, you think, oh, this is a good place to play card. And if you do chanting or prayers, oh, this is a very good place to do chanting. Even you climb to the top of the Everest, this kind of things happen. And you know, in the beginning, that when people climb, the very first time when they climbed the Everest, that what happened? One person took out a cigarette and start to smoke. Another person took a biscuit and then start to offer towards the dharmashala and towards wherever the Dalai Lama's temple. So this is a kind of attitude that we develop ourselves. So there is a moment it naturally going to come. The vipassana level of practice the same. Maybe you practice this way, but there is a natural effort going to arise in you without any intention deeply. That intention you need to keep practice, but there is a moment going to. So in the vipassana level, if you able to get into that kind of completely natural observation, that is where you're going to get into the right path. But still remember, without practicing, don't wait till it happen. By waiting, it's not going to come. But just keep practice every day, and even yourself, when you practice for a few minutes here, just try to do your best, and at the same time keep neutral inside your the desire not to become or not to achieve to anything. So allow it to, and just be open and allow it to arise from inside you. So with that, we're going to practice a little bit. If your mind go here and there, so bring it back again and again, and always remember yourself that keep the awareness with the moment and with the body in the beginning when you practice the tranquility meditation. So always in tranquility meditation, that you have to have the intention, and you have to have the effort, and you have to have the strength, and you have to have the awareness or the understanding towards the practice. But in the vipassana level, and try to make you free from that everything, even from the techniques or the inhalation exhalation or like that. So with that, your right palm on your left, and neck it straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture, and focus your mind to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body, bring your attention to the lower part of the body, and observe the sensation or any feelings, tightness, heaviness, pain. Just get a mental note. And don't interfere with the feelings. Allow it to happen. Don't try to change anything. And bring attention to your lower back. And upper back and shoulders. Arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. And the abdominal area. And the chest area. And your neck and head. Now bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply inhale, exhale 3 times and find the sensation of the inhalation and exhalation. And allow your inhalation, exhalation happen naturally. So don't try to hold or don't try to do any exercise. Don't try to maintain it. Just observe and recognize the sensation of the inhalation and exhalation. Your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Bring attention to your body and observe the posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this compound, this village, this city, this state, this country, this world, and this universe. And as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. So mentally repeat after me with the clear intention. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. So expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. So visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can. To your backside, to your left side, to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light. Spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, as ordinary people ourselves, we always have attachment to things. So it is very natural that attachment, we born with attachment. And even though we say don't attach to things, naturally we become very comfortable with attachments. So why this happen like that way? Why we become more comfortable with the attachment? Because when we have self-centered mind, I was yesterday and I am here today and I going to be tomorrow. This self-centered idea, I was yesterday like this way, I used to be like that, and then today I am here like this, and tomorrow I going to be like that. And sometimes maybe not we not about not thinking about today. So this is the timeline. So in this timeline, sometimes we not too strongly hold it to the moment of today, but mostly we hold it to, we attach to our past life, our childhood or our teenager lifetime or our young age or middle age. So like that you are strongly attached to your past and then your present or the future. And some people not attached to the past, and some people more attached to the present. situation, present environment, and thinking, this is me, this is my, this is I am, this is myself. So like that, even to the body, even to the around the body, whatever this material. And some people not that much attached to past, or that some people not attached to the present moment. And some people have a strong attachment regarding their own self-image towards the future, and thinking, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to become like this. So like they always have a dream with the self-centered idea, and it with related with the future. So these three, the self-centered moments, somehow some people have this all the three strongly. Some people only past they attach, some people to the moment, and some people have attachment to the future. But somehow if anybody attached to that and related with that self-centered attachment, so then what is happening, that thought start to accumulate the certain kind of other thoughts around it. When you have the self-centered mind related to the past or the present or the future, itself, it cannot exist. It needs some kind of things. As example, it like this. So regarding your past, now you wanna, you always reminding your past, and you are there, and at the same time maybe you get the help out of the sports. Oh, I used to play like this. So now yourself and get the help from the sports to that indicate yourself that you used to play. And even in the today, in the present moment, you have self-centered mind, and then you need the help out of some other things. And then you get facilitated and settled down with some environment, and it is self-centered, but you need the help to exist from, you need the help from outside something. And then regarding the future, so you are the self, but maybe you have a idea to go somewhere and live, or maybe to start a business. And so now you are there, but at the same time you need the help from something. So when you become self-centered, what is happening? Naturally, this accumulation going to happen, this collective nature. So once you become self-centered, that self-centered can happen with the past, with the present, or the future, or even for two, or past and the future, or past and the present, or present and the future. So like that, even maybe past, present, future. So like that, in this timeline, you can that have any kind of self-centered idea. Once you have the self-centered idea, and it start to accumulate something around it, so then you start to get hold it to things. And once you start to hold with, and when you start to develop this accumulation, you feel comfortable. So, and that comfort bring the security, and that comfort and the security create the continuity. So this how this inside your mind it's happening. So when the continuity happen with the security and the comfort with the self-centered mind and accumulated environment, and it become a pattern or the habit, again and again and again you go with it. And once something become a habit, what is happening? Your awareness or your consciousness become weak. When the consciousness become weak, and itself, your self-centered mind going to become more and more afraid. So the fear, because, and then as a result of that fear, what is happening, you again and again start to hold things. You don't, then you become consciously weaker, and that weakness create the fear, and that fear again help you to hold things. So let's go again and listen this very carefully. So you have self-centered mind. That self-centered mind may be related with past, or I used to be in the past. I exist in the past like this way. I am like that. And because of that, today I am here like this. And because of this, I going to be like that. So like that, related with your past, present, or the future, with the self-centered idea that you can settle down. When you settle down with that, what happening? You start to accumulate the environment. So with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that you're going to accumulate, and the bridge is the feeling. So you're going to accumulate. This now, once you accumulate things, you feel comfortable. Once you feel comfort, and it feels security. And now you have the self accumulation, that's mean environment, and that's bring the comfort, and that brings the security. When you have these things, what is happening? You start to continue it again and again and again and again. So when you start, why? Because you feel the security, and you feel comfort. And so then again and again and again, when you continue, what is happening? It becomes a habit. What the habit does, the habit shrink your awareness. So when the awareness shrink, what is happening? The self become afraid, or the fear. So when you have the fear, again what you does, you hold into things. Again you hold it to things. And then that once you hold something, again you feel more security and comfortable. And it again shrink your awareness. And then again you feel the fear. And then again, so it's go like a circle. It's go like a circle. And it like this then. Then it become like a current. So once it become a current, and this is very difficult to break down. But the thing is, only the key point to break down this all, not the habit, not the outside facilities. As example, just stopping habit doesn't mean things going to be okay. Or not the environment. Taking out all the environment, you become completely empty, doesn't mean it going to be okay. And even forgetting the past or the future, it and is it not going to be okay. And even come out of the fear, and you feel more security, that way also not going to be okay. Only the key point is developing the awareness, because this whole the system empower, accelerate when your awareness shrink, when your awareness become lower, weak. This everything happening. So the other thing is, when your awareness become weaker, so if you go one more time in this circle, the whole picture bring you one thing. Okay? So that is the final result. That is what I want to point out today. So, so you have the self and related with the past or the present or the future, and you settle down with anything, or maybe all these three lines, or maybe one. Somehow, once you have settled down with the self-centered idea, it go to accumulate or hold. Once you get into that holding, that you feel comfort, and you can feel the comfort, and then that comfort bring the security. And when you are comfortable and when you have the security, and you keep going with again and again, and it shrink your awareness, and the shrink the awareness, and again that as a result of that the fear arise. And as a result of this all, when the awareness lose and the self go with the fear high, 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 as a result of this all, you start to feel loneliness. So this is what the mechanism of loneliness. That is why even you have a lot of things, even in the middle of a lot of people, even in the busy environment, you feel lonely. So if you become mindful, the key point is the awareness. If you develop the awareness, and it doesn't matter, you live alone yourself, and you don't feel loneliness, you don't feel the fear. And because when this everything come together, you can name it anxiety, depression, sadness, unhappiness, worry, fear, this all. So the very key point is, the changing point is the awareness. So if you able to develop the awareness, in that very moment, you able to break down this pattern. So otherwise it keep going, keep going like that. Because the self is strong. It always try to accumulate, hold. It's like this. When it come to a river, just think, in the very first time when the river start to flow, the very first time, no path, no river before, the very first time when the river start. So the stream finding the gravity. Just start to think slowly. So which one helping to which one? So the water itself with the current creating the path, or the path allow, let the stream to go over it. So because without water, there cannot be a path. And even the ground is there, without the current, it cannot be a river. And maybe not this moment, just when you have time, start to think about it. When the very first time, when the river appear, so the which one make it as a river? The gravity of the ground, or the current of the stream of the water? So the self is like the current of the water. It has power to overtake the ground. It has power to overtake the moment. So when you become self-centered with the past, related with the past, present, or the future, somehow what is happening, you naturally overtake the ground, that's mean environment. So then when it come to deeply and observe and question, what is this self? Of course, in conventional level, and we exist, we are here. Look that when we touch, we feel. We that our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind bring the perceptions. We have feelings, we have consciousness, we have awareness. And if somebody hit, we have the pain. So we exist. But this like the river. This already the current inside, it already created this. But this, even though we feel like that way, out of that feelings, you no need to get into solid awareness or the solid experience, thinking, I am like this. When you become more conscious what is happening, you able to break down this mechanism or this pattern and see how everything change inside. Even though you see, even though you exist as a person here, and deeply you recognizing how these five aggregates change moment by moment, moment by moment. Because the thing is this, when it come to you or when it come to human being, it is consciousness and feeling. That is the you are means your consciousness and your feelings. When you have no feelings, you have no consciousness. When you have no consciousness, no feeling. Those are the most important two things. But that two things, moment by moment, moment by moment, change. So if you able to recognize that, and then you can experience that you are living, but still there is no the solid person or somebody and exist according to the timeline and related with the depending from environment. But in day-to-day life, look, our life itself mean we depending from things. If you take out that everything, whatever that you depending, and then you will see it is just idea. This life itself just idea, and that idea has power to accumulate things. So just right away we cannot cut this everything down. That's why you have to use the key, the consciousness, and be conscious, be mindful, and develop your clear comprehension. And little by little, and don't try to continue, get out of the repetition. And even you, whatever you do, start to put your awareness and do with the mindful, in a mindful environment rather than habitual environment. Rather than just repeating, do it with the mindfully. So that is the very basic step. You can slowly slow down this current. And once you start to slow down it little by little, little by little, little by little, and it help you to get into the bottom. So sometimes it take time, but there are some other ways, little bit it help for you to get into this. What are those things? So one of the thing is, if you can just give a try, maybe because once you experience this, you will see. So there are certain things that you keep doing in your life. It keep happening to you and you keep doing it. And maybe that it is your passion and it is your life and that is what you love. So like that, there are certain things that you keep doing. Without going to any arguments, without going to make any comments, right away, change it. right away without even looking here and there. So you take a decision in that very moment, you just change that. That doesn't mean you're not going to do it. Just change the pattern. I'm just telling you to just change the pattern, not to stop it. Even by hearing sometimes, some people get depressed. No, 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 no. How am I going to do? I don't want to touch that. So try yourself. So whatever you do in your personal life, in day-to-day life, your social life, even your spiritual life, without knowingly, be very careful. We are so attached to this spiritual life sometimes we don't see it, and we have the fear deeper inherent, and that repetition hold us to inherent the fear. So then that's why look yourself consciously. Can you change it? Consciously, if you cannot change, you are in danger. It doesn't matter how good it is. Forget about the good. Even consciously, if you cannot change with your own decision anything, you are in danger. So that, because it you create that, no one else, no one did it. It's inside you. So that find that strength inside you and try yourself with the little things to right away, without argument, without taking time, right away you change it. And then you will see what is happening inside you. If it is, if that become a profitable skill to yourself, and then you're going to get into the moment by awareness, because that each change that you take become a profitable skill. It's going to become a gift to yourself. It's kind of like a credit, adding the credit to your credit score. So try. And then if you see something in your life, just take a one day and try yourself. And if you see something that with the conscious decision, if you cannot change it, you are in danger. Right away, take action for that. And be conscious, that is the only action that you can take. There's nothing else. Be conscious little by little, and that consciousness, when it becomes stronger, in a certain moment, you're going to take like that decision, and then you will see you become strong. So first try to analyze yourself where you are, and if right away you can change, your consciousness is good, and your clarity inside is good, and you can experience, because this dharma is not once you do it the result going to become in the past. It's not like that. And once you do something, the result going to make by someone else authority. No, the right away you can see this. So that's why try to change any whatever action in day-to-day life you keep doing, and right away you can recognize where you are and how how strong your consciousness. And if it is not strong, then with the little by little start to develop the consciousness. As a result of that, you get the ability to change with the environment. And then you become more flexible. That flexibility make you more stronger person. When you become aware, mindful, and when you develop your sati sampajanya, clear comprehension, you become more flexible. And that flexibility, and with the other people, you become more humble person. So that is how it going to affect for other people, and that is how it going to facilitate for other people when you become flexible. And if you are become more flexible and humble person inside you, and that is the best quality that you need to develop your wisdom and in the vipassana level. So give a try. So this experiment yourself, and then don't struggle with anything. Just look what we build inside and see what we practice inside, and understand yourself. So with that, I'm going to tell you a story today. And there was a king. So this king, one day on his royal elephant, went to the city, and it was so crowded, and everybody around gathered because the king come with this royal elephant. It's so beautiful. And so there was one drunken man and on the road, and he saw the king come, but he didn't move. And the king was looking, who is that blocking my path? And this, I am the king. So who is this guy that everybody shouting, hey, move, move, the king come? Because if the king become unhappy, the punishment is death. But this guy was drunken and stand in front of the elephant and the blocking the path. And the king was a little bit shocked and look at him. And then right away he asked from king, are you going to sell this elephant? The king thought he's insulting the king. Who asking me? Because then it's kind of like he's superior than me. So I am the king. He asking me that am I going to sell my elephant? And he got so mad, and in front of all his country people, he cannot show that his temper. So somehow he that told his security to tell him to come tomorrow to the palace. So he going to punish him. And somehow the security came and moved him from the road. And the king saw he's more nice to other people and just move, but with the great anger inside. And now this person going to come tomorrow to the palace, and then he going to punish him. So then the next day he appeared in front of the king, this drunken man. Now his all the mood disappeared. Now he in normal mind, and he knew what happened. And before he go to the king, and he went to the advisor and told, apologize, and told, please help me. And I didn't have any idea to insult the king, but I was drunk, and that's why I behave like that. So the advisor told, okay, just you go to the king and tell like this, and he advised. So this person went to the king and told to the king, oh, my lord, that is not me. It is somebody else. And I was completely helpless. And the king was now shocked. And in front of everybody, you ask me that am I going to sell the elephant? And you behave like that? Now you're telling me it is not you? Who is that? Then the king thought it is more invisible, some power. And this person told, oh, no, king, it is not me. I'll bring him tomorrow. Please give me one more day. So the now king was so curious regarding what happening this. Now this person talked very nicely, and he's telling that it is not him. So he used to listen to people and told, okay, bring him tomorrow. And then he went with the next day, he went to king with the alcohol bottle and told and put in front of the king and told, oh, my lord, this is the problem. It is not me. The king asks, what is this? How this bottle can become a problem? No, no, no. This is the problem. It is not me. Look, I am so nice and I am so more humble and respect, but this bottle is destroy everything. The king didn't believe that. So the king and then start to argue, and this person told, "Oh king, if you wanna just try a little bit." So the king start to drink, and little by little, he drank a little bit, and then right away he came out of his the stage and then lie down and knee down in front of this person and worshipping and telling, "Oh, from today you are the king of this kingdom, please come and sit here." So like that he start to act like the ordinary person. So sometimes our life the same, and we sometimes not the real people when the emotions become high. So emotions kind of like alcohol, it completely overtake us and it completely change us up and down. So then always remember yourself, and even when the emotions high, or even when the the some kind of desires high, even the kings become like beggars. Even the beggars become like kings, and they become more egocentric, more powerful. They feel like more powerful. They challenge to everybody, but they are very weak, but they don't see that. Even the kings, when they are emotionally high, when they caught up with emotions, and they do very silly things, and they forget they are the king. So like that in day-to-day life, for all of us, it happened. So then take care yourself, and don't allow any emotions in any situation regarding anything not to overtake your consciousness. Otherwise, that maybe you lose your kingdom and you become kind of like a beggar in front of a beggar. And then you transfer the beggar to become the king. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca me sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.